A week.
A week.
Yeah.
Today is exactly a week.
And let no one take it for granted. Those things they said had a definite effect. And for me, that's where the problem is. Tomorrow, we don't know how it will play out. There was a definite effect. Okay, today we are looking at it here today, we are saying, oh, after all, they meant nothing. At the time, they meant something. But
when you say what they said, I just want to...
The prophecies about all the things that will happen and how Bawumia will lose and everything. And unfortunately, actually, there's a second wave of prophecies, which are even worse, about things that are going to happen between now and then. I'm saying all these things because, look, we need to move as a country from these noises to a more sensible space, all right? We have pollsters. You know, in the past, we had some pollsters who we can easily dismiss. But today, we have very serious pollsters. We need to move more to looking at some of those people because these things, they really raise unnecessary tensions and create unnecessary stresses. That's it. Let's leave it. Now to the substantive matters. Number one, it was an absolutely good idea for NPP to shift their strategy and bring their primaries forward. There were all kinds of theories, mostly ironically from the NDC, about how this was wrong, this was cooked for Bawumia and everything. Anti-democratic. And I'm like, well, when the foxes tell you where to keep your hands, don't listen. Because they know what is good for you. But why it's important is that, you see, again, history. We should learn. We should do what we do. NPP, and for that matter, all the political parties, for these 30 years, had been practicing one particular system. And every year, it created problems. Edubuahin suffered it. And it got worse, got worse, got worse. Till during Nana Akufo-Addo's time, it blew up. And they had to sack the executive. Who goes through that and decides that I'll repeat it? So I'm saying, by doing what they've done, and by the way, I've said somewhere that, look, this primary is a hill. The general election is a mountain. And Bawumia will be climbing with baggage. What you need, therefore, is heavy-duty mobilization and everybody shooting in one direction. So this was really necessary. It puts some doubts beyond, contention. Now, you see issues coming up about Afenyo and whatever it is. See, if they had waited to the end, and I'll connect it to Afenyo, you would have these things lingering for all these years till the last year before you deal with it. I told you earlier, time resolves many things. Right now that is done and it's clear, okay, personally, I have watched Afenyo-Markin. Afenyo-Markin is one of the most astute politicians in this country.
He's a broker.
What? He's a smart guy. He assesses what he has to do. He pays the price. He has control over Ifotu. And he didn't get it just like that. The guy, half of him is from Volta. He works at it. He's my friend. He makes himself my friend. Okay, when I text Afenyo, he will respond.
That's right.
You understand? The guy knows what he's about. He has my full support. Not because of anything, but because I know he has a future in politics. Listen, I have said that it's a good thing they did what they did because the whole party must align behind Bawumia. And I think that will happen. Why would Afenyo be different? Number one. Number two, Afenyo should not be paying a price for loyalty. Loyalty is an admirable attribute in every place. Even where it is exercised against you, if you have good sense, you admire it. So the loyalty of Afenyo is admirable. And now look at this. If Afenyo falls in line, and I see no reason why he shouldn't fall in line, indeed, the person who we all thought may ruffle the feathers and muddy the waters a bit was Ken himself. But Ken has conceded in a very gracious, magnanimous way.
There was no other choice. There was no showdown to show.
Oh, no. We know he has a tendency. He could have done that.
There was nothing.
Oh, okay.
Now they pour you from 37 to 23.
Okay.
There's nothing. You can't show it. If you're going to like 45, you can show down.
Okay. So see, Samson, the person Afenyo was loyal to has thrown in the tower, says we are aligning, we are going. Why would Afenyo not? And even if Ken did not, trust me, I haven't talked to Afenyo, but I believe Afenyo would have said, no, this is the right thing to do, and I would have done it. Now, if Afenyo is this effective, if Afenyo has this level of control, if Afenyo knows how to assess things and put himself there, and he's going to deploy that for the benefit of Dr. Bawumia, why would you alienate him? So I don't see the reason. Again, I don't coordinate with...
Yeah, so Bawumia listens to you as well.
If he's listening to me...
He listens to you.
So, if he's listening, this is what I'm going to tell him. One, Afenyo shouldn't pay a price for loyalty. Convert Afenyo. I don't see why Afenyo will not support you. 3.
But you know that in politics, loyalty is almost everything. It's everything, but in politics, there are other dynamics.
You must be sure of the person you are dealing with.
Now, here's the point I'm making. So I'm saying that, look, Afenyo knows where his bread is buttered. I don't see any bone in Afenyo going to support NDC. I'm building. That is one. Two, I don't see any bone in Afenyo remaining indifferent to a Bawumia win. That's a different level altogether.
But the people who also supported Bawumia is important. And some of them would have made certain transactions.
That's why I'm going that
trade-offs.
Bawumia now should manage my brother and all the people who have hot hearts. Okay? Because I said, one, going against him, two, being indifferent.
Remember Chairman Sabonsu is there in Bawumia's camp. Remember how he got removed? He didn't get out of that seat.
Those are the dynamics I want to talk about. But now, the next level is...
It was not.
Afenyo can deploy his significant powers for the Bawumia campaign. I don't see why he will not do that, unless they attack him. So my advice to my brother Bawumia is that even if they want to, please stop them.
Okay.
Because Afenyo is good. Then, but there's this other thing. Look, there are dynamics in Parliament. All of us who have followed Ghana's politics know that there are times when Jubilee House wants one thing, and certain things shift, things move, and then something else happens.
Do you like Afenyo's leadership?
Do I?
Do you like his leadership?
So, in all honesty, Afenyo's leadership is effective, but I think it's a bit too combative. However, the kind of structure we have now, okay, the nature of the structure in Parliament is like that. I think you need to be a bit edgy to deal with this NDC and the overwhelming, numbers in Parliament and also popularity. Right now,
do you hear concerns? Do you hear concerns that by Afenyo's leadership, now people don't even want to listen to the minority, even if they have important things to say, because they are tired.
That's what I'm saying. It's a bit
that the communication, the opposition is not credible.
Not credible is a bit too far. A bit strident, okay? A bit forceful, okay? But I'm saying...
So if that will not help Bawumia's cause, why should he be supportive of keeping him?
So now that's why I started by saying that everybody must fall in line and align. And my brother here said something very, very interesting. He said he has a certain style, but Bawumia also has a certain style. You will notice if you watch politics that people tend to adopt the style of the leader.
That's right.
Look at President Mahama. I've always said the dove and they are being forced to toe the line. Look at Donald Trump. People are beginning to talk like him. So what I hope Bawumia will do, and I advise him to do, is to make everybody fall in line. If he is hugging sticker, and you don't like sticker, stop. Fall in line.
Doesn't matter.
You understand? So for me, my advice is what I've given publicly. If I meet him and I speak to him, I'll tell him the same thing. Let me add the last point. Everybody knows, including Afenyo, that given what he has done, he's put himself in jeopardy. If for any reason Bawumia is able to save him, he will feel indebted to him.
But that does that also not tell you something about some wrong in the party politics, even the internal politics, that everybody is expected to support one place?
Okay, it is not a wrong. A political party is an organism formed to execute a particular action. And like I said, it is necessary strategy that you whip everybody in line and make them support you. Otherwise, why are they there? Okay? I speak my mind and people know I'm aligned. I like Bawumia.
The Constitution requires that the party should be internally democratic.
Internally democratic does not also mean you throw away your strategy. In working your democracy, you campaign and you make people fall in line, including whipping them into line. Okay. That's the essence of having a political party.